The Portland Trailblazers are one of the more impressive teams when it comes from an expectation and result standpoint for the beginning of this season. And what I mean by that is not a lot of people really knew what to make of the Portland Trailblazers going this season because Damian Lillard was just coming off of a surgery and they didn't know how he would respond. This was going to be the first full year without CJ McCollum. They added a few additions. They added a high lottery pick. So not a lot of people knew how this team was going to go. And they were just kind of on the fence about them, more on the side of them probably not being a playoff level team. But as far as the beginning of the season goes, that is completely changed as they are currently playing very, very good together, and they are looking like a very competent team and maybe even a playoff level team if they keep playing like this for the entirety of the season and they can stay relatively healthy. And as of right now, all signs are pointing to them actually being a very good team for the entire season this year. Obviously, like I said, assuming health stays on their side. And there's a multiple different reasons for that. One of the biggest reasons being that Damian Lillard is completely back, because last year, although Damian Lillard didn't play a lot, he didn't have the greatest season, and a lot of people were questioning if he was still the same Damian Lillard that everybody kind of grew to know. Well, this season, he is showing that he is still very much one of the best point guards in the league, and he is doing it in a very big way, as he has been far from lackluster this entire season, averaging 28 points per game, 6 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game on 40% shooting from the three-point line, and a 60% effective field goal percentage in the 8 games that he has played. And in those 8 games that he has played, they are 6-2, and in games that he has not played, they are 3-2, and until just a few games ago, they were just 2-2. So really, it shows Damian Lillard has a huge impact whether this team wins or if this team loses. So I think for sure Damian Lillard being as good as he is and being fully healthy and fully back is really helping this Portland Trailblazers team stay afloat and stay a playoff level team, and he is showing that he is still that elite level player that teams have to respect, and the entire NBA really needs to start respecting him a lot more. And then as far as from a team perspective, why they have been so good together and why they work so good, is because pretty much everyone on this roster and all the additions that they made and all the young guys have developed very well and have really meshed very well very, very quickly, as Anthony Simons has continued exactly where he left off from last season, and he is being a great backcourt partner, taking so much pressure off of Damian Lillard, and teams really have to now game plan for Anthony Simons. He's above Simons, by the way. I know I'm probably pissing y'all off. And it's Anthony Simons, and y'all really have to game plan for him. Like, he cannot just be a role player level guy that you kind of just say, okay, yeah, he's going to do okay, but he's not going to kill us. He can legitimately beat you, and a lot of that is due to the experience he got as being the #1 option when Damian Lillard was out after he got surgery last season. And that is shown as this year he is still averaging 22 points per game, 1 steal per game, 4 assists per game on 3 rebounds per game. And all that pressure being taken off of Dame is a big reason why Dame is able to look as good as he has looked for the beginning of this season. And then another very good player is Josh Hart. And Josh Hart, he plays hard every single game. He's one of the hardest workers in the entire NBA. He used to be on the Pelicans, and he played hard every night. He loved the city, and he is doing exactly that, but in Portland now. And he has been so supportive of Portland. He's been playing his heart out. Now, he might not always put up the flashiest numbers, but he will always do the small things that every NBA team needs a guy like him to do, and he is just invaluable to any team that he is on. And then this year's addition in Jeremy Grant has very, very much been playing very good for Portland, and he has been another ginormous reason why Portland has worked so well, as he is still that elite offensive level player that he was with Detroit, and he has been playing so good, and he is another player taking tons and tons of pressure off of Damian Lillard. Now, Damian Lillard, like I said, although he is a great player, if you can only focus on him, you can slow him down and maybe make him struggle a little bit. But now having to kind of game plan for guys like Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, it makes it so much harder to deal with him, because now Jeremy Grant is able to score so much and teams have to game plan for him. And when teams are game planning for him, they're spending less time game planning for Damian Lillard, and it makes him that much more effective. And they are huge reasons why this Portland Trailblazers team has been so effective throughout the first few games of this season. And the last guy who I think has been a very big deal for how good they have been is Shaedon Sharpe. Shaedon Sharpe has been playing very, very well off the bench for them. He's the rookie that they drafted with, I think, the 7th overall pick, and he has been very, very solid for the Portland Trailblazers, especially for a 19-year-old rookie, and he is averaging 9.4 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, on 44% shooting from the three-point line, and that is huge for them right now. And in every game that he's played 20-plus minutes, he has scored at least 10 points. So that is very, very big for a only 19-year-old guy, and he is going to develop and develop and develop. And by the way, Sharpe didn't even play in college. He basically came straight from high school because he reclassified, and Sharpe has shown that he is still able and should be in the NBA, and is an NBA level player. So as he gets older, as he gets more comfortable, he is only going to get better and better, and they could have got an absolute beast in Sharpe. And the reason he could be such a steal at the 7th overall pick is because although there were very good players that went before him, and like you can't blame other teams for not taking him, in a lot of other drafts, Sharpe could have been a #1 overall pick if he would have went to college. Calipari was very high on him, and he's just one of those special players that would have been a very high lottery pick in any draft that he is in, and that's how good he is. So as he gets better, he's only going to help Portland more and more. So right now is just like kind of the bare minimum where he's going to be at, and as he gets better, Portland's only going to get better. And as speaking of like getting better in the future, they still have Gary Payton II coming back, who they signed in free agency. Gary Payton II is an absolute baller. He brings extremely high energy and extremely good perimeter defense throughout the entire team, and he is just one of those energetic guys that wears off on the whole team, and him and Josh Hart are going to play off of each other so well. It is going to be very fun to watch when he gets back. He's very athletic, just high energy. He helps the team, and every team loves to have a player like him, and he is going to make Portland even better of a team. So that's now 2 guys. Sharpe's going to improve it by himself in an individual aspect, which is going to make the team better overall, and then they're going to be adding another guy in Gary Payton who's going to make the team that much better from a defensive and energy standpoint. And Portland just has such a hot start, and they're getting reinforcements coming with Gary Payton II. It's just going to be so fun to see how this team works out through the entire year and how good they are by the end of the year, and if they can keep this hot start throughout the entire year. But unfortunately, guys, that's me for this video. So comment below, do you agree with me? Do you think that the Portland Trailblazers are potentially just a kind of hot team right now, or do you think they're going to be a good team throughout the entire year? On your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you liked the video at any point, hit the like button and subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I hope you have a blessed day, because I had a blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. All glory to God. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah.